I have a theory on how and when. My theory on how is a UBI, and why is because the nation is just under 250 years old, and you've been using our labor for about 400 years. So we deserve it. We've been, again, like I said before, this nation has been anti-Black that entire time, still is to this day. So instead of cutting us, like, what the hell, how are you going to cut a one-time check to make up for all of that? It needs to be lifetime, and it needs to be universal basic income for all Blacks and Native Americans.
All right.
John. So we've done this Native American thing so many times. John, do you want to go first? And then I'm going to replay what we've already said on this. And then after that, I'm going to read Kim Tallbear stuff again. So we can explain again. But go ahead, John, please go first, because I did cut you off, my brother.
Oh, nah. You all right? Come on, man. You my sister. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but I'm a pain in the ass. I'm trying not to be a modern. I'm working on myself, John. I'm still not there yet.
Shit. It is what it is, man. We works in progress. Trust me. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like this right here, what she just did is she does what every leftist does. Like, she brought up, first of all, she said UBI in a way where it's like, what the fuck are you talking about, UBI? You talking about for everybody? You need UBI for that? How much is it? Because we got the numbers. We know people that crush the numbers up and know exactly what's owed. So what the fuck are you talking about? UBI. And low key, that's a dog whistle. See, that to make white people feel comfortable. It's not reparation. You giving black people it's like, it make it feel like beyond you to me, like you just giving us a welfare check or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Or something like, it's like a little piece of something and then it adds up later. Something about that is real disingenuous, and stop putting Native Americans in our plight. Like, they have their own plight, they got their own issues, they got sovereignty, land, and I think Sam's gonna go into that. And what's very important is when you talk about Native Americans and Black people is that Native Americans never say us and Black people. They never say this. They don't even talk about other tribes when they talk about this shit. So, like, what the fuck are you talking about? You out of control. Respectfully, you out of control. I'm trying to be respectful. I got better. So I love my reset race fam. I got better, but she is bugging. That's all I got to say. That's it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just going to play what we already said about the Native Americans, and then I'm going to go back and reiterate the stuff that isn't in this short clip from this video. But I know we're tired of saying this. I know Mud is tired of saying it, because Mud, I feel like I have you say this all the time. I'm so glad we've been doing clips, because it makes it easier to find the stuff so we don't have to repeat ourselves so much.
I swear I say it in every
I swear too, Mud. I swear too. But this time I'm pulling up all the records and we're going to read everything. So now we'll just be able to pull up the old videos and we don't have to keep doing this, because y'all bore me. That's it. Y'all bore me. Like, for you to step out and step into this realm and be so uninformed, y'all really don't watch our show. Like, do y'all not see how we slaughter these white leftists? Why did you think you would be exempt? Okay, so as for Native Americans getting reparations as part in a reparations program attached to Black Americans, this is what Mud and the Reset Race had to say about it last year before the election. Okay, go ahead. Yes, before the election, y'all. Before the election.
I probably don't want to go into it and like seriously, but I have to bring up the indigenous shit. Like, there was the Indians Claims Commission of 1946. What it was is that after World War II, they saw the Holocaust, they came back and they're like, damn, we committed a genocide against the natives. We need to do reparations. Mm-hmm. They paid out, some of these tribes, but then a lot of these tribes said, we don't want your motherfucking money. We want the treaties to be upheld and we want our fucking land. That's what they want. Stop trying to do this shit where you're undermining reparations for us.
Ooh, say it, Mud. I know you just said it, but I need you to say it again because
One more again.
I need you to say it again because I caught something and it hit hard for me. I'm gonna say what I caught, but I want you to repeat the whole thing again, just for people, so because sometimes people don't catch it. You said they offered them reparations and money, and a lot of the tribes said no, fuck that. We want our treaties honored. Isn't that what Kim Tallbear just said?
Exactly. But like, I just want to connect the dots for the motherfuckers who may not be aware of the context behind what she was saying.
No, say it again, please.
Like,
just say it one more time.
All right. There was the Indian Claims Commission of 1946. They came back after World War II. They saw a genocide that took place over there in Europe. And they said, we fucked up. We need to compensate the natives. They paid out some of the tribes. And then a lot of the tribes said, we don't want your fucking money. We want you to honor the treaty, honor our treaties, and give us back our goddamn land. That's what the fuck they want. They don't want to be grouped into some reparation shit. This is just some shit that y'all say to undermine paying reparations to ADOS.
And they are sovereign, which is different than us. We are not sovereign.
They want to be treated. They want to be treated like a fucking nation.
Exactly.
And Black Americans who descend from slaves are not our own nation. We have never been.
Exactly.
It is two different things. So stop conflating them. It's disrespectful. You are disrespecting Native Americans when you do that shit.
Yeah, them too.
Well, it's disrespectful to us as well, but it's disrespectful on both parties. It's disrespectful because you're using them to dismiss our claim. And it's disrespectful because you are trying to muddy the waters of their claim because they don't want reparations. Like she said, they want like their treaties upheld. They have a different avenue. They are sovereign. They are their own nation. So you are... All right, I'm going to come back from that because I want to actually take you through Kim Tallbear's actual Twitter. February 23rd, 2019. Tribal nation treaties. Okay, tribal nations have treaties that the U.S. is not upholding without focusing on treaty rights. Hashtag Elizabeth Warren suggesting reparations for Native people undermines sovereignty. Again, she reveals her total ignorance on Native issues. So, Fred Hampton Leftists, you are ignorant on Native issues. You need to stop speaking for Native people, especially unless you're Native. You have no right. And if you are Native, you should only be speaking for your tribe. So, but I'm not done. Let's keep going with Kim Tallbear. And feel free to read these articles. Elizabeth Warren opens door to reparations for Native Americans, WashingtonPost.com. It should be in the archives. Then, hold on. I got more from Kim Tallbear. I see in responses to my tweet yesterday, some people don't understand that I didn't like Warren and Sanders bringing Native people into responses to Black people's demands for reparations. Indigenous people have our own frameworks. Don't use us to caveat reparations for Black people. Again, beautiful. Fred Hampton Leftists, this is a Native person. You didn't do your research. If you would have spoken to an ADOS person, even a random one who was paying attention over the past 2 years, they would have pointed you to all this shit quite easily. We ain't even got into your video yet. We're only a minute in. I think, let me see if there's anything else I want. Oh, no, because we're going to read the article. Whew.
It got fucked up.
Yeah, because y'all making us go back to our old school days. Like, y'all understand I done had so many months to like recharge and y'all just giving me red meat. Like, oh my God. Okay, where is it? No, we ain't even got there yet. There's just so much. There's so much to go through, y'all. Oh my God, y'all make my skin crawl. Okay, Native Americans don't want reparations. Can one of y'all read this? My mouth is dry.
In this month's Atlantic, Ta-Nehisi Coates, this was from June 10, 2014. In this month's Atlantic, Ta-Nehisi Coates makes a strong case for reparations for Black Americans. But what about payments for injustices endured by American Indians? Both groups have suffered centuries of severe damage courtesy of the U.S. political and economic systems. There's the legacy of slavery, Jim Crow, and segregated housing nationwide. Similarly, the establishment of a reservation system the Kill Indian and Save the Man inspired Indian boarding schools, and we've seen a lot about that recently. And the Dawes Act, quit moving it, Sam. The Dawes Act of 1887, and the largest legal colonial dispossession of Native American lands in U.S. history, contribute to the social dysfunction many American Indians experience daily. Still, reparations have never figured prominently into American Indian calls for justice. Why? All right, Sam, you got your water? Already embarrassed myself reading out loud enough.
Okay, now I don't, but I'll get it when we go and play some more. So
Okay.
The greatest harm done to us was the theft of land, our homeland, often accompanied by forced removals and under the cover of law. To American Indians, land is not simply a property value or a piece of real estate. It is a source of traditions and identities, ones that have emerged from centuries and millennia of relationships with landscapes and seascapes. The territory is irreplaceable. Reparations are ill-suited to address the harm and damage experienced by people who understand themselves in a very practical and moral sense as a member of communities that include non-human life. For many Native Americans, our land, including the air, water, and biological life on which we depend, is a natural relative, not a natural resource. And our justice traditions require the restoration of our land relationship, not monetary reparations. This was done in 2019, right?
2014,
Sorry,
yeah.
This is 2014.
Mm-hmm.
Where y'all been at? And Nick, when you ran up in our shit and you said, well, what were y'all doing with the Green Party? And we checked you then. I told you we got a long motherfucking record. Boom. So we're going to show you what it's about. Let me see. Is there anything else? You know what? That's good. Anything else? Y'all got to go read the rest of this article, y'all, because we can't do everything for you, but we basically put it out there for you. They don't want your motherfucking reparations. They want they fucking treaties upheld. And you know what I say? Power to the people.
Power to the people.
I stand behind the Native Americans and outside of the tribes that kicked my family out of. I ain't looking for them.
So many
nothing.
people that happened to. So many families that happened to.
Oh, yeah. But
that's a fight for another day.
But Black Americans are not going to fight against Native Americans having their treaties upheld. No, we are not. We are going to fight for them to get their money because they owe us a check too. So pay them up first.
Well, pay them not first. They already getting money.
No, not first. Sorry, I didn't mean pay them up first. I meant pay them up so we can get our bread from them too, because they shit is separate. That's what I mean. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with us. Quit conflating apples and oranges. Native Americans and Black people, completely different. I already said in the other video. Go ahead, y'all. I'm sorry. That was a lot.
Next thing is, all right. So as far as like paying out reparations, if you wanted to do a basic income specifically to the descendants of American chattel slavery, I don't have a problem with that. I've heard several different ideas as far as how the payments would be paid out. Some have been like a tax credit and whatnot. The problem is when you use the term universal basic income, that means you're talking about paying everybody. And then it's no longer a reparations program.
Preach. So giving money to everybody isn't UBI? Huh? I mean, giving money to giving money to Black people alone isn't UBI? Oh.
No, not at all.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, if that's their idea, like, you know, we're gonna pay like you're gonna get a paycheck every week, and that's the form your reparations payment's gonna come in, I'm totally fine with that. But you know, playing this game where you jump from the reparations thing that is something about a specific harm to a specific group of people, and then flip into a solution that is for everybody, that's a no-go.
Yeah, and that's a good point, but I mean I'm with the lifetime thing, right? that sounds good on paper, but if we're talking about a specific amount of money, that means they're going to stretch those payments out. So I like Dr. Darity's idea of paying a monthly stipend or an annuity or something or some sort of way that the every individual has control of their particular portion of their reparations, and to get paid over a 10-year period. I like that model better because it gets us there faster. Because, you know, as politics change in the United States and they change fast, they could be the next president and the next Congress could cut that shit off. Right?
Exactly. That's why we need, like Irony calls it, we need a down payment of earnest money. To be honest, Darity's 12 to 14 trillion is the down payment. That's what you should pay us cash. And after that, you should give us a monthly stipend for the rest of our lives for 3 generations at the minimum.
Yeah, absolutely. I talked to Darity today. He called reparations merit pay because we've already earned it. We've already earned it. It is what it is. Right.
And I'd also like to throw in, we didn't ask Darity to come on this episode because we knew we was going to get ignorant as fuck. Yeah, and we didn't want him to have to be on a show with such ignorance. So we will be having him. We will have him on in the future, and it will be it'll be the tamest reset race you'll probably ever see because we're going to interview
first and
him.
last.
And and I hope y'all ready because I've been waiting to dig into the class stuff to beat y'all over the head. I just needed to get pointed in the right direction. So I'm looking forward to Darity pointing me in the right direction so I can start beating y'all over the head because I'm very sure that all this stuff that you guys are pushing for class doesn't fix even poor white people in Appalachia. So I'm going to find out soon and I'm going to beat you over the head with it.
Just a hint. You are correct. Yeah, you are correct.
Y'all out of control.
Okay, let's get back to the video, right?
Yeah. We would never get through this 11-minute video.
Listening to Reset Race, you now tuned in to Reset Race. You're listening to Reset Race, you're now tuned in to Reset Race. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Back on the grill again. We grilling them. You're listening to Reset Race. ADOS need reparations to make America great. You're tuned in to Reset Race. We no longer starving while others eat off our plate. No. You're listening to Reset Race. We focused on our justice claim. We know what is at stake. You're tuned in to Reset Race. You'll find out who really about justice and really who fake. Lineage go back to U.S. Southern plantations. Lineage, Jim Crow and mass incarceration. Redline and lynchings, we are old from this nation. You're not about justice if you ain't for reparations. MG the wise one, cousin mother intellectual. Samantha bringing fire, anti-black, we pressing you. No permanent friends and no permanent enemies. The backbone of the country, the win, you need our energy. You gon' see? Listening to Reset Race. You now tuned in to Reset Race. You're listening to Reset Race. You're now tuned in to Reset Race. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Back on the grill again. We grilling them. You're listening to Reset Race. ADOS need reparations to make America great. You're tuned in to Reset Race. We no longer starving while others eat off our plate. No. You're listening to Reset Race. We focused on our justice claim. We know what is at stake. You're tuned in to Reset Race. You'll find out who really about justice and really who fake.
Until you do right by me, everything you think about is gonna crumble.
At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land, through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And this is what we are faced with, and this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.